Hey people, Sylvius here. This is my new character, Sylvius Guard. Guard. Who knows? Currently, I am level 2. Now, I don't know if I can actually take these with me, but I'm gonna try. I don't know why people throw these on the floor. I mean, sure, they're not like anything great, but I mean, they're not nothing either. I'll never understand some of the things that Tibia players do. Never, ever understand. So, yeah, my plan here is, yeah, why would they throw all these on the floor? Ugh, alright, let's get rid of the arrows. Why would they throw them on the floor? I don't understand. I really don't understand. I mean, sure, they're not like all that powerful, but they're better than having nothing. By far better than having nothing. Put that on the floor too, I guess. Ugh, that weighs like nothing. So anyway, the plan of Sylvia's Guard here is to be a Rook Guardian character. Bam. So, hi. I believe I go RookGaard. Long time I visited that island. Not a very exciting place. Why do you ask? Do you wish to go there? Yes. Be careful, careful. It's a one-way ticket only. You can never come back if you leave now. You will lose all your Dawnpart equipment and products. Are you sure you want to leave Dawnpart for RookGaard? Sure. Bam. Yeah, they did take all my stuff. At least I kept the backpack. I think. Who knows? Alright. I don't need this bag, that's for sure. Alright. Set outfit. Let's come up with something cool for Sylvia's Guard here. We'll go with the summoner outfit. Get a little bit better outfit, though. I don't like that light green. Good enough. Alright, so I'm on RookGaard. And it's quite possible I have the whole place to myself. Now, if I remember correctly, do they keep me as level 2, just out of curiosity? Okay, I'm still level 2. Yeah, like, dude, I don't remember anything. It has been a long time since I was on RookGaard. So yeah, first things first. There should be... I think there's a doublet around here? At least I thought there was. Maybe it's right under here. There we go, found a doublet. Slightly better than what I'm currently using. Slightly. Alright. Next order of business is I want to go get myself a combat knife. And the reason why I want to use a combat knife is not because I have any particular enjoyment of swords, although all of my knight characters in Tibia do in fact use swords. The reason why I want to get myself a combat knife is because the next weapon I get will probably be like a rapier. And then the next weapon I'll get after the rapier is a short sword. So if I stick with clubs, it's going to be a while until I can get my hands on... oh, I don't want to be in defensive. It'll be a while until I can get my hands on a better club. Also, I think my only better club options here are the studded club, which isn't really all that good in the first place, and then a mace. Whereas with swords, I can eventually then get the Carlin sword or the katana. Both of those come from quests. I don't believe there's any other way to get either of them. Alright, I still get boosted EXP for being a premium member. Incidentally, there's a possibility that I'm not actually going towards the combat knife, and I'm instead going towards the rapier. But I kind of don't remember. Oh yeah, gold coin. That will take me far in life. It's a rat. This is sad, by the way. Look how slow this is. I don't even have a shield. Come on. Ah. I do sort of regret not having all those wonderful potions and whatnot from Dawnport. Alright, let's go get the weapon. We'll deal with the rats later. Plus, it's not like somebody else is going to come through here and kill anything. I'm pretty sure I have the entirety of RookGaard to myself. Okay. Get out my way! Okay, yeah, I did get a Rapier. So let's see, that's attack 10, defense 8, and +1 shielding, whereas the other one was 7 and 7. Although I'm still kind of getting a little bit too beat up here. Killed him, though. The Rapier was a good investment. So yeah, the next thing in the long list of things I want to get is the short sword. The short sword's a little dangerous, I think. And I want to get my hands on a studded shield. But I think I get the studded shield from the same quest. You know, I may have, probably should have considered looking up some of these quests before I got into this. As opposed to just going entirely off of my memory. Oh, my gold coin! The funny thing was, when I haven't really played much Tibia. Level 3. Oh yeah. At this rate, I'll be level 100 in never. Anyway, what I was going to say is the last video I did for Tibia was the how to make money, which involved like very little, if any, walking on my Tibia characters. And then previously, before that, I had done my live stream where I was on Dawnport the whole time. So I'm actually kind of used to being, you know, slow, incredibly slow. Oh, I'm all sneezy today. What is up with this? And that sneeze like vibrated the back of my throat in a really weird way. I think I got another one coming. Maybe? No? Maybe? Ah. There's nothing worse than thinking you're gonna sneeze and then having nothing happen. So if I remember correctly, best helmet on RookGaard is the Legion helmet, which is just as good as the Viking helmet, but weighs less. Best weapons are the hatchet, and I believe the hatchet is the worst of the like top tier weapons here. The katana and the Carlin sword. I think the katana is better than the Carlin sword. I think. And then the mace. You can also get spears from trolls, and you can also, of course, get a bow from the blind orc. Although I kind of don't remember the orcish language, so I'll have to figure that out at some point. There was always talk about the Sword of Fury, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't actually exist in game, so we'll exclude that as something to consider. That leaves me with best armor is chain armor. Best legs are studded legs. Best boots are boots. Notebook. I did not bring you your notebook yet. Best shield is a copper shield, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think that's right. You can also get plate shields, which are a close second. And then I guess, what is it, like just studded and then leather? Alright, well, we're going off to the wilderness. Gotta go get myself that, Go get her notebook, which is over here this way. You know, I consider, like, making individual videos to be like, this is the, whatever on RookGaard, but I don't think that's necessary. I don't think there's any market for people, like, not understanding how to do the quest in RookGaard or something like that. Plus, I mean, it's not like this quest is in any way complicated or difficult. I mean, it's literally just, what, like, walk over there, don't get killed by the poison spiders, rinse and repeat. There's actually 2 quests in this area. I suppose, I mean, like, worst case scenario is I could just always do it as a quest video in the future. See how well I actually do with wolves. This is my first time. I gotta, like, relearn what my, like, combat potential is all over again. No. You have been stabbed by me, so you shall die. Come on. Are you kidding me? Just die. Just die. Come on. I missed? There we go. Although, possibly keeping that level up for in the future might have been in my best interests. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Do. Man, it's been so long since I played on RookGaard. Literally, I think it's been like 4 years. That's about right, I think. 4 years? I'm not really sure how I would check. Suppose I could, like, check my emails to see when I had purchased Premium. Because I know there was at least, like, a 2-year gap or something, so I could search for, like, you know, the no-reply email from Cipsoft. It's killing me a little bit, because, like, I'm fighting as if I'm a knight right now. And I'm like, alright. Like, whirlwind throw, brutal strike, oh, snap. Sorry about that. The phone rang, and I had to pick it up. So I had to pause, and then I had to kill the monsters, because I was not going to just let the monsters stand there and attack me. Whatever, all you missed was a spider and a... I think I should probably not fight the poison spider. But I'm going to kill the spider. Yes! Now, just so you're aware, it's paining me deeply to leave that 2 gold behind in that spider. Deeply. I'm deeply upset by this. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if I let the poison spider hit me, it's gonna kill me. So the moral of the story is to not let it hit you. Alright, notebook, notebook, notebook. Notebook acquired. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Alright, because there's another quest up here that we want to get to. Oh, snap, look at this. I can get my 2 gold coins. Woo! The banana tree should be around here somewhere. This is the banana tree? I think this is the banana tree. Got yourself a banana. Fun fact about that banana, right? You can only get it once. And you can eat it. So if you eat that banana accidentally, you cannot turn it in for the quest. So don't eat the banana. I feel like I haven't really gotten significantly better in any way in Tibia. Like, I feel like I'm still the same old, like, Sylvius that kind of sucked. But I do remember in the past, like, dying here and being like, wait, no, I need to get to level, like, 5 before I can try this quest. Because otherwise I'll die. And I was able to, like, you know, perfectly kind of maneuver my way through it. And I don't really think it's because the game, at this point, has become easier. Because I'm still using the same RookGaard equipment and I'm not getting any kind of advantages. Sure, I'm leveling up faster. But that's not actually making me, like, better at my current level. So I think I may have gotten better at Tibia. I'm happy by this realization. My Tibia skills have not stagnated. Oh man, I thought that was an NPC. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say, oh man, I thought that was like a human, not an NPC. I was like, oh man, a human. Or not. Hi, notebook. Yes. Alright, let's see. Rapier's 10, 8, and 1. This is 11, 11, and nothing. Well, since I'm currently still not using a shield, I guess it's worth it. Although I think I trade the banana for a studded shield, I think. Now I know if I try any of the other quests, I'll just die. Oh hey, they made that bridge look a lot cooler than it used to be. Banana? I have a banana for you. Sick, got a shield. Lizards are advancing to Port Hope from shore. Do. Be funny if like the game glitched out or something, and instead of the like shore lizards, it was like a mass of high lizards, like Zalgans and Legionnaires and whatnot. And then everybody showed up and was like, "Oh, it'll be easy. Like, I can kill them all. My like levels, my level 30 paladin. It'll be fine." And then it's like 20 high guards just surround them while like a lizard, like lizard dragon priests are summoning crap, and they just get massacred. I'm in defensive. That's why I'm having a hard time killing the chicken. I'm like, wow, am I not doing a good job at killing this chicken? I'm still kind of not really doing a good job at this chicken. Chicken cordon bleu. Chicken cordon bleu. All I got is a worm and a chicken feather. Alright, I think I need those for some reason. I want to sell my my rapier. What do we got? Rats down here? Yeah, I'm not really into fighting rats. Yeah, let's fight rats. Part of my goal here, I suppose, is going to be to explore every nook and cranny of RookGaard, so I might as well explore every nook and cranny of RookGaard. And maybe I'll find the Sword of Fury. Maybe. While, like, I've never really been a big fan of RookGaard, like, starting a new character on Rook has always been kind of a pain, and it's part of the reason why I never made all that many characters. Being back on RookGaard is kind of, like, nostalgic. It reminds me of, like, the old days of Tibia. And not only just the old days of Tibia, but, like, the old days of, these, like, I don't know. Like, it reminds me of the good old days. If you watch my other videos, and actually if you look on the side here, the last video I played was Exile, I think. Hold on, let me double check that. Yeah, okay, so the last game was Exile, and that's like one of those older games too, and it fills me with like, I'm not really sure what I'm trying to say, but like, back when like I was younger and things were just simpler. It's the best I can say it as. Not like, I'm not saying things were just like inherently better back then, and I'm gonna like actually say that they probably weren't. Like, video games have definitely become better and cooler since then, and generally speaking, I believe the world has become cooler and better since then, but part of it was just because like I was a kid and I didn't know any better, but like, things just seemed simpler back then. Yo, was somebody hunting over there? For real? Is there another human? I'm stoked. I'm also kind of irritated that I can't use my mana. I'm like, why am I not healing myself with mana? Because I can. It is sort of a shame to me to think, though, that since they, like, you know, they're not really supporting RookGaard anymore, you know, it's like all Dawnport. It is sort of a shame that to think that, like, you know, the Sword of Fury or some of the other things of RookGaard will actually, like, never be discovered. Or more likely that they were never actually things that existed in the first place. But it is just, like, a little, like, oh... RookGaard is basically unsupported at this point. It's not a thing. You can still go here. Really? Respawning? I guess there was a lot of rats. Since they basically, like, gave up on RookGaard. Alright, well, I guess they didn't actually give up on RookGaard. Like, they wanted to keep it for the characters who were Rook Guardians, which is what Sylvius Guard here is going to be. For anybody who doesn't know, that's like RookGaard you could leave when you hit level 8, just like Dawnport. But not everybody did. Some people stuck around and hit, like, stupidly high levels. So that's Sylvius Guard's here's plan. But anyway, as I was saying, I guess they didn't want to, like, screw all those people over who were like, dude, I got, like, a level 106 on RookGaard. Don't just delete RookGaard. So I guess they didn't want to, they didn't want to, like, ruin that for everybody. But on the other hand, it would have been kind of cool if they had, like, just allowed RookGaard to also have the vocations or something like that. Because, like, here's what I don't like about Dawnport. Dawnport is, it's like soulless. You get on the Dawnport and you just run around and kill things as fast as possible. You use all of your potions and you're just trying to get off of Dawnport as fast as possible. And I kind of feel like they knew that. Like, it has no quests that are, like, relevant. They're all just, like, kill 20 goblins or something like that. There's no, like, soul or feeling in Dawnport. By the way, I see this guy will still spawn even if with me there. Dawnport has, like, no history, no story, no soul, no emotions, no feeling. It just is like a chore that you have to get through. Whereas RookGaard was also a chore that you had to get through. But, like, RookGaard had, like, soul. Like, it was designed to be a place. There was a town in it with, like, you know, various buildings and things like that. You know, it was, like, crafted to actually be, like, a village. Whereas, like, Dawnport just has all of the NPCs around a central structure, and then every door out of the central structure just leads to very similar hunting grounds. There is no soul to Dawnport. And I think that's a shame. I think that's a real shame, actually. They could have just made RookGaard better. But I believe what everybody probably asked for was getting off of RookGaard faster, and that's why they made Dawnport like that. It's actually funny, me and my friend were talking about this the other day, and we were saying, like, one of the problems with, like, Zipsoft is that, like, they have, like, a cool idea for something in their game, and they, like, implement it, and they want it to be, like, a challenge. And then people complain about, like, the challenge, and they complain about how it takes too long, and that they're like, look, like, I just want to do the quest. I don't care about, like, all the storyline behind the quest. And all the story stuff is, like, taking too long, and it's all, like, pointless, and the challenge is too much or something like that. So then they look at it and they're like, alright, well, let's try to, like, see what the people wanted. And then, I don't know if they, like, wholly misunderstand what the people are asking for, or, like, there's two vocal groups of people who are asking for different things. But instead, they take away all of the soul of the quest, but just leave the challenge. So they're like, now it's just pure challenge, but you can do it faster, but now it's also just mind-bogglingly boring. That's why, like, I think the tasks are annoying. Because, like, I mean, it's cool. You've got to kill something. You might as well kill something that's, like, serving you a purpose, and, like, getting to the boss is neat and everything like that. But the tasks are literally just kill 300 of a monster. And then that 300 progressively increases. To the point where it's like, kill 800 high-class lizards, kill 600 hell spawns. Alright, it does look like I've explored this whole little rat cave. We can go back now. Like, you know, people were like, we would like new hunting spots, or, you know, we would like you to make the old hunting spots better, or something like that. So, like, I don't think anybody hunted Carnophilia, for instance, because they kind of suck. So they were like, oh, well, maybe we could make the Carnophilia into, like, a monster that gets hunted now. But rather than make the Carnophilia, I don't know, like, less annoying to fight, or more profitable to fight, or more experience-giving, they were like, let's just make a task where if you kill a whole bunch of them, you'll get a reward. Which, in and of itself, isn't really a bad idea. But then they were like, alright, let's just make it so that you have to kill 250 of them, and then you get a chance to fight a Carnophilia boss. And then you can just repeat that process over and over again. Like, you guys missed the point. You missed the point so hard that I don't even know what happened. To be fair, I mean, like, I guess that does make Carnophilia profitable to hunt, because now you get a chance to hit at the boss. But, like, it doesn't make fighting Carnophilia fun. That's how I feel like, you know, when they do these, like, area access quests, like, you have to do all this crap to be able to get to, like, Farmine and then Zao. You have to do all this crap to get, like, to other places. Like, that's... Svargron is a good example. You have to do all that stupid, like, barbarian stuff to be able to become a citizen of Svargron and, like, talk to the NPCs. The highlight of it being the point where you need to drink, like, 10 sips of, like, mead in a row or something like that, and you have to give him a honeycomb first. And then, at any point, you can just... Oh, snap. You only get 20 tries. You have to get 10 in a row, and there's just, like, a random chance that it won't happen. When I did it on Sylvius, it took me 2 honeycombs. When I did it on Dao my knight, it took me, like, 16. And each one was, like, 1k. And I was doing that, like, relatively early on, because I was still trying to task mammoths at that point. So it was, like, it took all of my money, and then, like, somebody actually had to give me another honeycomb, because I was like, dude, I just failed this how many times in a row? This is stupid. And they were like, lol, alright, I'll just mail you a honeycomb. So some high level just mailed me a honeycomb. And by high level, I mean, like, you know, maybe a level, like, 100 or something. You know what I need right now? Boots of Haste! I'm beginning to feel slow. Woo! Fun fact, so, like, I think you can hear me click, like, my mouse clicks. I think my mic picks them up. And I know my mic picks up my keyboard when I type. LOL, typing so loud. I have a very, like, clicky keyboard. But when I use my gamepad, you can't hear anything, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, maybe you heard something. But yeah, when I do this, woo, you should basically be hearing nothing, because it's a joystick that I'm using. Fun fact, right? So, like, I have, like, one room in the house that I'm at, which is where, you know, I do my recordings from. And then the rest of it is, like, family room, and essentially. So, like, my bedroom is relatively large. So it's not like I'm, like, lacking for space. Well, I mean, okay. I wouldn't be lacking for space if I didn't have to have everything I own in one room. And also have my room be, like, my entertainment room, my computer room, my bedroom. So my room's, like, really tight up in space. So, a while back when I was getting a computer desk, I got one of those, like, corner units that's supposed to be put into the corner of a room and take up, like, less space. It's actually, like, a pretty nice desk, and I think it, like, looks okay and everything, too. I had to build it myself, and I think I did an okay job. It's not an IKEA model, just for the record. But anyway. So yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. I think it's a pretty nice desk, but the actual area where the mouse and keyboard go, like there's a little shelf that like rolls out. I don't know if you can hear that.
is actually like kind of tiny. So when you put like a full-size keyboard there, there's not a lot of room for you to. All right, wait, I didn't finish exploring here. There's not a lot of room for you to like maneuver the mouse then. So you kind of have to tilt the keyboard sideways. So I was playing Dota, Defense of the Ancients 2 with my friend. I'm not good at that game, by the way. Not good at all. And it's kind of like usually just... not to go into like a super tangent, but the problem I have with that game is that like kind of early on, it's determined whether or not you're winning or you're losing. And the game can still go on for like 40 minutes or something like that when it was pretty obvious that your team isn't winning. So it's just this long, drawn-out, painful series of losing that's like not enjoyable at all. And if you're winning, it's this long, drawn-out process of being like, I know I'm going to win, I just need to go through all of the steps. Now, it is really fun when you get a match that's like back and forth or it's tight or something like that, but yeah, when otherwise it's kind of disappointing. Anyway, though. I don't handle losing in games well because, I don't do it a lot in the first place. So when you're, like, asking me to just spend 30 minutes in a painful, like, surrender fest where it's just like, oh my god, I'm getting destroyed left and right, it kills me a little bit inside. So, Dota has a tendency to, like, fill me with rage. So we're playing... And I had to have my keyboard, like, and it was a fancy, like, backlit gaming keyboard. And I had to keep it, like, diagonally on my keyboard. So the, like, left corner of the keyboard was closer to me, whereas the right keyboard, where, like, the number pad was, for instance, was further away from me. So I'm all, like, crooked, and everything's awkward, and I'm hitting the wrong hotkeys all the time. So I keep trying to move it. So I moved it close enough to me where now... the left half of the keyboard was, like, hanging off of the shelf slightly. So, when I would, like, hit the keys on the left side, which you'll note you do a lot in Dota if anybody knows you play it. If anybody who I'm talking to plays it, you'll know. Sometimes it would, like, shift the keyboard just enough that there would be enough hanging off the edge that when I'd hit the keys, it would actually rock the keyboard. So, like, while I'm playing, I actually knocked the keyboard off of my desk at one point and had to, like, quick pick it up, and then I died because of it. So, like, I'm no longer playing. I now have a, like, respawn time of, like, 50 seconds where I need to just sit there and regret my mistake. So I'm getting, like, super angry. And, like, it was a match that was almost kind of tight, but we were still, like, clearly losing, and it was just becoming worse because of my keyboard problems. So I'm, like, getting super angry, and as the match is going, I'm, like, hitting the keys harder like this. I'm like, one, go, no, You know how it is. So, it's, like, rocking back and forth, and then finally it falls partially. I go to, like, catch it, miss, like, stub my finger into the side of my desk. Then I'm like, like, flip out, right? So I just grab the keyboard, and I've got, like, a dresser right next to me. Because my desk is not in the corner like it's supposed to be. I tried to, like, rearrange my room and then just never finished at one point. So everything's just in, like, stupid spots. So I've got a dresser right next to me. So I just take the keyboard, I just smash it into the corner of the dresser. So, like, the keys break off and go flying. And then I'm like, crap. So I'm, like, using only the few keys that I have left, trying to type into to the chat to my friend. I'm like, My keyboard doesn't work anymore. I don't think I can play. So, I needed to get a new keyboard, and since I was getting a new keyboard, I got one that was supposed to be, like, smaller. So that it can actually, like, fit everything on it. So it does fulfill that task or that goal, that, like, purpose, in that it is smaller, and I can get more keys on it. But it is, like, the worst keyboard, I think, in the history of the world. Like, you know how page down and page up and, like, home are usually all kind of, like, above and to the right of where, like, the function keys are? Yeah, no, they're to the right of the enter key. In fact, like, the actual right-hand row, or column, yeah, the column, excluding the numpad, because there is a numpad, though. The actual right-hand column is delete, home, page up, page down, end, and then right arrow key. And if you go one to the left, it's down arrow, well, from the top. It's pause, break, backspace, like backslash, I think it's called. Enter, up, and then down. Enter is almost the same size as a normal key. It's just slightly larger. Backspace has the home button next to it and is the size of a normal key. And all the keys on this keyboard are small in the first place. So whenever I try to type on this keyboard, I just consistently hit the wrong keys because nothing is in the right spot. The only thing I'll say nice about the keyboard is it does have like really nice like response when you hit the keys on it. I absolutely hate this keyboard, by the way. If buying another gaming keyboard wasn't going to cost me like $50, I would totally buy another gaming keyboard. Also, if buying another gaming keyboard wasn't going to be a waste of my money because it wouldn't fit on my desk, I would totally buy a gaming keyboard, even if it cost $50. I need to get a new desk, but like a new desk is what, like $200, $300, $400 depending on a lot of things. And this is like a pretty solid desk, even if it's too small. So I don't really want to, like, you know, get a piece of like junk desk or something like that. And yeah, I mean, like, I can't really get a bigger desk. I definitely don't have the room for it. Currently, my desk isn't in the corner. It's, like, actually in the middle of my room. And it's blocking the access to the dresser that's next to it. So, all in all, my room is a disaster. And now I have, like, a portable air conditioner on my floor taking up space. I've got a refrigerator in the middle of my floor. Literally, actually, in the middle of my floor. That is where the refrigerator is located. I have a, like, folding card table with chairs in it because I need to have somewhere to sit and, like, you know, do things. Also, for a while I had, like, before I got this desktop, I had a laptop, so I needed a table to put my laptop on. So, yeah. Moral of the story is, my room's a dump. And, like, trying to reorganize it is going to be such, like, a hassle that I just can't bring myself to do it. Instead, I'm just waiting for the day where I move out, and then I can just move my stuff into a new house, and then, like, operate from there. Fortunately, my current financial situation, that day is not happening anytime soon. I'd be poor. Being poor kind of sucks. Yeah, I like went out with my friend last night, and we went out to eat at like a Chinese food place, and I'm all like, oh man, I can't spend more than like $10. So I bought like the absolute cheapest Chinese food, and it wasn't actually really good. And then to make matters worse, at some point while I was out with my friends, my keys fell out of my pocket. So yeah, lost my house key, which was a pain. We have a like spare hidden outside, but it's in this like spider-infested grill, so I had to like wipe away cobwebs to get to the spare key, which was awesome. Because I'm terrified of spiders, just for the record. And then yeah, after that, I also lost the key to my my like bedroom because I have my own lock on that, and it was the only key I had. So I can't even make a copy. Like, I can get another house key made at, like, Walmart or something like that. I cannot get another bedroom key, so I need to get a whole new doorknob. Just gonna get one with, like, a retinal scanner. Actually, on that note, my stepdad works for, like, an automatic door company. You know, like, when you go into a grocery store, like, there's the sensor doors that, like, automatically open up when you approach? Yeah, he works for, like, a company that builds and, like, installs and maintains those. But they also have, like, a whole division. He started off as, like, a repair dude, then he became, like, a salesman, and I'm not really sure what he does now. But, they... kind of where I, like, live, there's a whole bunch of, like, pharmaceutical companies nearby. So they do a lot of work for the pharmaceutical companies, and the pharmaceutical companies want, like, actual security doors and things like that, in addition to normal ones. So, like, I got, like, a tour of their, workshop before. So they have they actually have doors with like retinal scanners. They have like fingerprint sensors. They have the you can swipe a key card to open it. The interesting thing about those key card doors, by the way, is like the actual scanner costs like $20. The key card costs like, I don't know, a penny per card. And the machine that prints out key cards, which you don't even need in the first place, but because you could get the company to just make them for you. But yeah, the machine that actually prints out the key cards is maybe like $100. So if you wanted a key card lock, some hotels have, for instance, or something like that, just talking about the actual hardware, you could get that for approximately maybe $200. Now you need to get a battery backup because the thing needs to be hooked into electricity, obviously, for it to work. Same with the retinal scanner. So they're going to have to do some electrical wiring to your door because doors don't normally have electricity installed in them. But yeah, so they're going to have to do that, and the battery backup has to be put in because it would be a problem if you get locked into your bedroom when the power goes out or something along those lines. But anyway, yeah, so the actual hardware is maybe only $200, and then maybe they could install the electrical appliances and whatnot for maybe an additional $100 or something like that. But it actually costs you somewhere around $1,500 because you have to buy a license for the software and everything like that. And that crap's all super copyrighted and patented and whatnot. So you get charged out the wazoo for that. The actual software in the machine is a stupid amount of money. The software in the the printer is a stupid amount of money. And it's kind of the same thing with the retinal scanner. The retinal scanner itself is only $400, but the software that you have to license is just going to cost you $2,000 or something like that. However, if you were a programmer and knew what you were doing, you could kind of just design your own, I suppose. But anyway, so yeah, he installs those, and they do actually do retinal scanners and things like that in some of the doors. But they also sell for some of the pharmaceutical labs. They sell doors that don't run off electricity as much. So a normal automatic door, a motor, an electric motor, opens it up when you step on the scanner. These ones don't have a scanner. Instead, they have a lever you kind of have to pull. And then it uses compressed air canisters. So when you pull the lever, it opens up a compressed air canister, which blows the door's internal components open. So there's nothing inside of the door that will make a spark, which is relevant when you're working in a place with flammable gas, I suppose. So yeah, they make non-electric doors that use compressed air tanks to operate. They make security doors that are bulletproof and partially explosion proof. And they even make doors that are electromagnetic wave blocking and things like that, so that nobody can I don't know, try to make phone calls through the door or something along those lines. So it's actually kind of interesting. Alright. I think I'm going to mosey my way out of rats here. I was kind of hoping I could hit level 8, but it's actually kind of far away, so I'm not going to bother. I'm going to mosey my way on out of these rats. Is this, I did explore everything up here. Alright. And then I'll end my video here. Run away! Run away! I gotta go... Oh, actually, I have a rope. Alright, I need to go kill trolls, I think, in the next video. Because I need to get boots. And then I suppose I can rush towards, I can try to get the studded legs from the honey flower quest. Hopefully that doesn't kill me. That probably will kill me. And then from there, I guess it's what, I need a shovel. And then maybe I can, yawn furiously. I'm sorry. But then maybe after that I can do the, the Katana Quest, or Minotaur Hell. Get myself a Legion helmet while we're at it. I don't think I need to go down here. No. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I am like the slayer of all things rat. They should I always thought this too, like before they canceled support for RookGaard, but they still should have done it. They should have like made a copy of RookGaard and then just put way stronger monsters on it and made it like a mission where it was like you have to go back to where you came from or something like that. Like it'll be a quest where, you know, like, I don't know, pick your random monster or something like that, but like undead necromancers like attack with like demons attack RookGaard. So you have to come back to RookGaard and like defend it from an army of like various types of demons and then like warlocks, necromancers, and things like that, and a whole bunch of powerful undead or liches and whatnot. Alright, folks, I'm going to end my video here. It is 7:03 when I said I put this video up at 7, so obviously it's going to be late. By the way, that was Eastern Standard Time. It's, hold on, I actually can tell you what it is in GMT time because I have it saved on my phone, because that was the only way I could do things. It is 11:03 GMT. So I'll finish here. I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and hey, you should start a character on RookGaard and join me.